making signs for the upcoming hearing of the Nuclear Regulatory Commission, and we're going to have a protest outside, and we're going to be using these signs that say, "Shut down Indian Point now." Indian Point is a nuclear power plant just outside of New York City. It's the same build as the Fukushima nuclear plant. It is incredibly safe, it is outdated, and the NRC does not want to shut it down, let alone regulate the people that run it.
The NRC?
The Nuclear Regulatory Commission.
Okay, why don't they want to shut it? Some guy was asking us before, why don't they want to shut it down?
Because the NRC is a revolving door between the industry, the nuclear industry, and the government. And the NRC solely exists to ensure that nuclear plants can keep operating. In fact, there's even been instances, according to WikiLeaks, where the NRC has acted as salespeople for American power companies abroad. That's how embedded the two are together.
Okay, so when you say that they're there to ensure, is that something that just comes from observation over the years, or is that something that's like literally written into their constitution?
That's something that is from observation over the years. It adds credence to them, and instead of being a regulatory body, they will reduce safety regulations. For instance, on piping at the plant, it's supposed to withstand an hour's worth of fire before the piping breaks through. But when Entergy, the corporation that runs Indian Point, couldn't meet that safety regulation, they reduced that time from an hour to 25 minutes. Thursday, there's going to be a hearing, and this is another example of how the Nuclear Regulatory Commission is a sham.
Okay.
They're going to have this meeting that's supposed to be a public forum, but they're not even going to take minutes.
Right.
So, and they won't allow signs in, and there's certain things that you're not allowed to discuss at these hearings, and one of them is evacuation.
Why would you not be allowed to discuss evacuation?
Well, they claim for safety reasons. If there was a meltdown at Indian Point, it would be something similar to Fukushima.
Oh, okay. There'd be a lot of radiation going on.
A lot of radiation everywhere.
Okay. So when you say evacuation, you mean people all the way over here, would we have to evacuate?
Yeah, if you look at what happened in Japan, there's a 12-mile evacuation zone. But they have found incredibly high concentrations of radiation outside that 12-mile evacuation zone. In fact, according to the Union of Concerned Scientists, there really should be a 50-mile evacuation zone around nuclear plants. And New York City is approximately 24 miles from this plant, and there would be no way for people living in this city to evacuate if there was a nuclear meltdown.
What would an evacuation plan even look like in New York
I don't know.
City?
I would head towards Staten Island myself.
Head towards Staten Island? How would you even get there?
I don't even know. The fact is, you couldn't evacuate. You could not evacuate New York City if they're...
Because if everyone's evacuating, then no one can evacuate.
No one can evacuate. I mean, just look at rush hour here on a normal day.
Right.
Now imagine millions of people fleeing the city.
Now is the time for a resurgence of this movement to really shut down Indian Point. I mean, there's been people who have been trying to get it shut down for, 30, 25 years.
Oh yeah? So when, can you tell me?
It's been there longer, but people have been working for 30 years to try to get it shut down.
What do you think is gonna happen? Do you think we'll shut this plant down?
I hope so. I mean, I've heard that people are hopeful because it is such a liability that some Congress people and senators could get behind this and help shut it down because it's kind of a red herring, but people are afraid that it also might not be shut down. So I think it remains to be seen. I think that now is as good a time as ever though.
Well, I think everyone here is doing a really good thing, because that would be a pretty bad day, or several days. Okay, thank you.